this meeting of the Westland City Council to order. We begin tonight with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Council President Pro-Tem Michael Londo.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Clerk, roll call.
Councilman Godbout. Present. Councilwoman Green.
Present.
Councilman Herzberg. Here. Pro-Tem Londo.
Present.
Councilman McDermott. Here. Councilwoman Rakowski.
Here.
President Hart.
Here.
A quorum is present.
Thank you. Announcements, presentations, just one quick item D on consent calendar. The request is for November 16th as opposed to 17th. So the petitioner asked for a slight date change, which I have authorized, and the council was notifying everyone it's for November 16th. With that, we'll open up questions or input on the agenda from the public. This section will allow a person to be recognized only at the beginning of the meeting to address council pertaining to items that are specifically on the business agenda at the meeting. Questions asked will be answered during the agenda item following a motion and support from the council. Is there anyone on my right? Is there anyone on my left? All right. Seeing no comments, we'll go ahead and move to the consent calendar. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Support.
Hold on, I got to get to my screen here. Got a motion by Councilman Landau, supported by Councilman McDermott. Are there any changes to the agenda? Or excuse me, any changes to the consent calendar? Any changes to the consent calendar? Is there any dissent? Any dissent? Seeing no dissent, motion carries unanimously.
Council has approved the following consent calendar items. Approval of minutes of the regular meeting held September 7, 2021. Approval of purchase of 4 SIU vehicles from Todd Wenzel Buick GMC for the police department. Total amount not to exceed $119,891. Approval of intergovernmental agreement with Wayne County to utilize park millage funding for fiscal year 2020-2021 in the amount of $45,137 for improvements at J.C. Park. Last item approved on the consent calendar today, approval of requests from Relay for Life to waive the administrative hall rental fee to hold their 2022 kickoff fundraiser, Pizza Palooza, to be held at City Hall November 16, 2021 from 5 p.m. until 8 o'clock p.m. Moving to new business. Item 1, confirmation of reappointment of Selvin Murrigan to the Economic Development Corporation, Tax Increment Finance Authority, Brownfield Redevelopment Authority for a 6-year term with the term to expire September 18, 2027.
Motion by Councilman Godbout. Support by Councilwoman Rakowski. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any dissent? Any dissent? Seeing no dissent, motion carries unanimously. Is Mr. Marugan in the audience? No? Well, congratulations. Congratulations if you're watching this. Thank you.
New business. Item 2, confirmation of reappointment of Delano Hornbuckle to the Westland Planning Commission for a 3-year term with the term to expire September 17, 2024.
Got a motion by Councilman Godbout, supported by Councilman Landau. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any dissent? Any dissent? Seeing no dissent, motion carries unanimously. Mr. Hornbuckle, congratulations.
New business. Item 3, approval of proposed land division parcel at the southeast corner of Bellevue and Grace. This is Planning Department number 2251. Planning Commission recommends approval, and if approved, further directs the city attorney to draft the necessary land division resolution.
Is there a motion?
Support.
Motion by Councilman Godbout, supported by Councilman Herzberg. Mo?
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, City Council. This is a quick and easy one for you, just a land division. The subject property is located on the west, just west of Hicks Road, on the southeast corner there of Bellevue and Grace, and zoned R1 single family residential. The applicant tonight is proposing to split the property into 4 separate parcels, all of which comply with the minimum width and lot size requirements in the R1 single-family zoning district. The intent of the applicant and property owner is to develop each of those four resulting parcels into single-family residential. Everything on the north, east, and south is also zoned R1, single-family residential, and developed by that. And properties to the south along Gray Street are zoned R2. That's also single-family residential as well. This is what the parcel legally looks like today. And these are the proposed parcels on the screen. They're also in your backup listed, square feet and the dimensions as well. That's it. For me, I know the property owner is here today, and the Planning Commission and administration recommend approval. Be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Sure thing. Did the petitioner have anything to offer? Anything you wanted to add?
One thing, I want to come to the Pizza Palooza. I'd like pizza.
Bring money.
That's all I got. That's all I
That
got.
it?
Thank you.
All right. Is there any discussion from the council? Any discussion? Any dissent? Any dissent? Seeing no dissent, motion carries unanimously.
New business, item 4, approval of voucher.
Is there a motion? Motion by Councilwoman Rakowski,
Support.
supported by Councilman Herzberg. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any dissent? Any dissent? Seeing no dissent, motion carries unanimously. We now move into public comment. Everyone speaking for the council should do so in a civil manner. Speakers shall refrain from abusive or profane remarks, vulgar language, disruptive outbursts, threats, racial slurs, or other conduct that interferes with the orderly business meeting. Personal attacks on council members, the administration, city staff, other speakers, or members of the public will not be tolerated. The clock will be started upon the first words of the speaker and will not stop while the speaker is recognized from the floor. It is the speaker's option to ask questions at this time, and the person questioned may choose to respond during the speaker's allotment of time. However, the clock will not be stopped once it is started. Is there anyone on my right? Anyone on my left? Sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is September 20th, 2021. The Committee Against Corruption asked me to speak on their behalf. My number is 734-595-1906. A city is a business and requires trust and honesty to excel. Question, through the chair to James Godbout. The citizens want to know why some years back you did not pay your water bill for 3 years. Why was that?
Well, I think that's going to go under a personal attack, Mr. Burke.
Did you pay the 30% penalty that you're supposed to pay?
Again.
No
please.
answer again? Okay. Was your water bill after 6 months of not paying put on your property tax?
Mr. Rock, these are all personal
These are,
attacks.
no,
These
these are
personal
questions the citizens of the Westland
Okay.
deserve to know. If we have people on council that have no integrity, it's their right to know this. Ladies and gentlemen watching this tonight, James Godbout looks like a grandfather, but he acts like the godfather. The Committee Against Corruption is asking
That's
this.
a personal attack, Mr. Rock. If that's your line,
if-
you're going to go, we're going to,
No,
I'm sorry, we're going to have to wrap it up.
Well, it's a fact, he even admitted he did not pay it right at this, in this building
Hold
when
on.
he was
Yeah, but
council
You
president.
insulted him, you called him a name. Okay.
The Committee Against Corruption is asking council to hold a symposium for 3 hours, the first or second Saturday in October, to address allegations of corruption by Mayor William Wild. The first allegation is discuss how William Wild, against the advice of police and fire actuary, allowed police and fire to buy up to 5 years generic buyouts with no ability to pay for it. He was told 1 year ahead of time. And the consequences of that was our millage went from 3.35 mils up to 8 mils. I mean, you look on your tax bill, it's one of the largest rates on your tax bill. It's incredible. If you own a business in this city and your evaluation of your property is of any significance, you're paying $1,000 or $2,000 a year just for the police fire pension at 8 mils. The second thing we'd like to discuss is how William Wild channeled the police and fire generic buyout money that was supposed to go into the police and fire pension fund instead into the city general fund. Through the chair to James Fasone, is generic buyout money supposed to go into the pension fund?
I don't intend to answer his questions during this time.
Third allegation, discuss how Mayor William Wild channeled $158,000 from the sanitation department for 2 mobile generators that were...
Your time's up, sir. Thank you. All right, is there anybody on my right? Anybody on my left? Ma'am?
Good evening, council. Once again, Chief Jerusik, I want to thank you for putting the police down on the south end at Henry Ruff and Van Born, Henry Ruff and Julius, Henry Ruff and Hanover, Henry Ruff and Dancy, Henry Ruff and Hanover going towards Middle Belt, and Van Born at Farnham. I appreciate it. It has calmed down some. Your radar sign is down, though. You need to come out and do the battery. Yeah. The speeding has slowed down. It has not stopped. The sign down at Dancy and Julius, they're still running it like it's not even there. I almost got hit twice. But thank you. Please continue.
Thank you. Okay, anybody on my right? Anybody else on my left? All right, we'll close comments from the public and move to comments from the administration. Deputy Mayor?
Thanks, Council President.
Hold on,
Just real
let me
quick.
get to your mic going here. I got to flip back. There we are. You should be
Thank you.
good.
Thanks, Council President. Just 2 quick things. Thank you for the reappointment of Mr. Hornbuckle and also Mr. Let me put my glasses back on here. Murrigan to the Economic Development Corporation. We appreciate those 2 appointments. And just on a personal note, the staff wanted to give a shout out to our controller, Devin Adams, who had his first baby that was born last week, a little baby son named Sully. So we just wanted to give a shout out to him. So everybody's healthy. Mom and dad and the baby are doing great. So that's all tonight. Thanks.
Thank you. Anything from the attorney's office today?
Nothing this evening.
Thank you, sir. We'll begin council comments this evening with Councilman Herzberg.
Thank you, Council President. I'll be pretty brief tonight. I'll also congratulate Devin Adams on the birth of a baby. Didn't hear that before, so I hope it's healthy. I hope all is well. I want to congratulate Delano Hornbuckle on his reappointment, and thank you for all your commitment to Westland on the various boards you've done over the years, and you have my full support. And I also want to wish the best of luck to the petitioner who's plans to build on Bellevue. I hope to see that development come forward. We did approve some developments in that area over the years, and they haven't come to fruition, so I do hope this one works out. And then I don't need an answer tonight, but I would like an update on the feasibility study that we put forward for Marshall School. I still have not yet received that, so thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Green.
Thank you. I'd like to start by just reminding everyone that early voting has started in the city of Westland. So if you are an absentee voter, you can contact the clerk's office at 734-467-3191 if you have not received an application to vote. And then finally, if you are a praying person, please keep the Wayne County Sheriff's Department in your prayers. I am a reserve deputy with the Sheriff's Department, and we lost our Assistant Chief Jim Edwards last week, and we also lost a corrections officer last night. So please keep them lifted in prayer. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Godbout.
I just wanted to congratulate and thank Delano on his reappointment to the Planning Commission. He does a great job for us, and we appreciate you staying on that board. And to to my former colleague that is looking to develop the property here, Joe, good luck, and I hope your project goes well for you. That's all I have this evening. Thanks.
Thank you. Councilwoman Rakowski.
Good evening. I would like to thank and congratulate Mr. Murrigan to his reappointment, as well as Mr. Hornbuckle. Your service to our community does not go unnoticed, and it takes everyone to continue to move our vision of our city forward. So I thank you. And I'd like to send my congratulations to Devin Adams and family on their new addition. Being a parent is the most wonderful job in the world, and I wish you all the best.
Councilman McDermott.
Well, good evening. First off, I too would like to thank Mr. Murrigan and also my neighbor, Mr. Hornbuckle, for his service here in the community. In addition to being a great neighbor in the neighborhood, he's also a tremendous asset here in the community, serving on boards and commissions. And we always encourage, if you want to get involved in a board or commission, email your resume into the mayor's office. Go to cityofwestland.com to see what commissions that we have open. I know recently we've looked into filling and have filled seats on the beautification commission, but there's always some openings here, so we need good people to get involved and stay engaged. One thing, and I sent an email about this and just want to bring this to the public's attention, and not everybody may share my sentiments, but on October 11th next month, it's a Monday, if you go to the cityofwestland.com, it is noted as Columbus Day. And I think that's rather unfortunate. Instead, I would like to see us honor that as Indigenous Peoples Day. For those who've done history, Columbus was just not the man who sailed the ocean blue on the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. Columbus was a tyrant who came over here to the States and brought disease, he brought famine, and most of all, as a tyrannical individual, he stole land from the indigenous people of not only the North America, what we call the United States today, but the North American continent, when you consider Mexico and Central America too. And the Spanish who conquered and colonialized the native peoples of Central America, modern-day Mexico, and the United States. I think it would be more apropos to honor the contributions, the sacrifices, the blood, the sweat, the tears, and all the lives that were gave over the several hundred years of colonialization from the native people. So I know that not everybody may share my view on Christopher Columbus, but I encourage everybody to do some research on who Columbus actually was, and I would love to encourage the city and see us honor that as Indigenous Peoples Day on October 11th. And then the other thing that I had is that I guess that's all I had tonight. So if anybody ever needs anything, feel free to give me a call at 734-890-2146. My phone line is always open. Thank you.
Thank you. Council President Pro-Tem Londo.
Thank you. Start off by also congratulating the Adams family. That came out wrong. The Adams family. Devin Adams and his beautiful wife on their beautiful baby. I saw a picture when I was at City Hall the other day, and he's absolutely a gorgeous child. It's going to be an expensive month for him because his anniversary was about a week ago, so it's going to be a really expensive month for Devin, so I'm going to have to let him know to keep some money set aside. Also, congratulations to both Selvin Murrigan and Delano Hornbuckle. Delano's in the audience. Thank you for serving on the Planning Commission. You do a great job there. As was stated, you have served on other boards before, so we appreciate you stepping up and asking to be reappointed. Last two quick things. A couple Fridays ago at the VFW Bova Hall was the third annual Flash Fire Westland Firefighters Public Awareness Committee Flash Fire $10,000 giveaway. Say that 10 times fast. And someone in our community won $10,000, so that was an incredible event. Chief Morris was there. His admin team did a great job with hosting that event. I was the MC again, and it was an incredible event. I actually made the top 10 and didn't win the money, but it was very, very exciting to actually have a chance at the money. So if anybody wants to get an early start on that, they sell them for $200 a ticket. You can get those tickets. You can call the fire admin and reserve your seat for next year, because that was a very, very exciting event. We had a great turnout. The weather was absolutely perfect. I know anybody that was there said they had a great time. So thanks to the Bova VFW for hosting and for the chief and his staff for having a great event. And then I'll end on a little smack talk. A couple weeks ago, Principal Dan Burke was here and challenged me and the fire department to the soccer match that we have annually over at St. Matthew Lutheran Church. And I was there. Council President Hart was out there. He saw some of the best saves he's ever seen in his life from me. We won. We beat them. I don't remember the score. I think it was 4 to 3. So, no, it was really a lot of fun. The kids loved it. We played against the 5th graders this year, so I shouldn't be bragging that we beat up on the 5th graders. But the smack talk, I just have to say,
I hope you got a trophy.
All right,
not only did it happen here, he went on YouTube and did an informational video to the parents, and he called me out in that video. So I had to say something. So no, thank you, Mr. Burke, for hosting that, and thank you to the kids that played in the event. It was a great event, and thank you everybody for coming out tonight. Thanks.
Well, congratulations to Council President Londell for beating up on 5 5th graders. Hope you're very proud of yourself.
To interrupt, ask the police chief if we need to write child abuse. Prosecutor's office will proceed.
All right, our moment of levity, I think we all needed it. Congratulations to Delano and Mr. Murigan. Delano, you continue to do a lot of things in this community. He does more than just serving the sport. He does a lot of other things, and you'll be hard-pressed to find a festival, event, or anything that's going in the city that Delano's not there. It's folks like that that really are a big part of this community, and Delano, I'm always very thankful for everything you do, as we all are, so thank you. Congratulations to Devin. This is where it all changes. You go from a house of 2 adults to now a child, and it's completely life-changing. But they always say you're not a real official parent until you have 2, because then they start blaming things on each other. Then you have to be a detective as well. So that's what my mom told me anyway. So, but congratulations to all of the Adams family for their new bundle of joy. Congratulations for the lot split and for the housing. Housing's, for anybody in the real estate business, housing's short right now. Everybody knows that. So anything like that we can take a large parcel and put up some more housing, it's good for the city, it's good for residents, it's good for everybody. So thank you. I'll always be in pretty much support, for any kind of sensible lot split like that where we're creating housing and creating more roof starts in the city. It's good for more than just the residents and the developers and everything else. It's actually businesses look at that. When we always talk about what kind of business development comes here, they look at some metrics, and one of the important metrics that they always key on is house starts. How many new roof starts are in your community? And when developers and especially businesses look at where they want to open up next, they look at a number of things, demographic, disposable income, but housing starts as well. So thank you. I'll always be in support of that when it makes sense, and that was a no-brainer to me. Lastly, I was not able to attend, but I'd like to thank all of my colleagues as well as other electeds that did show up to the POW-MIA event at BOVA last Friday. I unfortunately fell very ill on Friday and was unable to attend. But thank you for coming out. It is an important thing for all of us to remember once a year, at least once a year formally, all of those that we've left behind and we don't know what happened. So thank you, and thank you really to my colleagues for showing up to that. As a senior vice commander for the BOVA, it really makes me proud to know that everybody's shown up, and it also makes me proud to be able to host the fire for coming out and do the things that they do as well. So thank you to all of you who came out and supported, and thank you to everybody that supported the firefighters. So with that, I'll leave you with the remainder of your evening. Is there a motion to adjourn? Motion by Councilman McDermott, supported by Londo. Good evening.